Hey friends, this is Jennifer Terri. I make Philippine Travel Updates. How are you all? I hope you're doing well. Nasa maayos kayong kalagayan. Today is September 15. Are there changes to quarantine? Wala na bang quarantine, Jennifer? There is still quarantine. I get so many messages from you guys. Again po, there is still quarantine. And how many days? It's still 10 days for majority of you if you are vaccinated or not. If you're coming from US, Canada, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Japan, South Korea, countries in Europe, it's still 10 days, guys, ha? It's still 10 days in the hotel, 10th day release day, 7th day testing. While those coming from green countries or those who are fully vaccinated in the Philippines only have to quarantine for 7 days. Green countries, this list, and don't ask me if you say, "Oh, Jennifer, our cases is very low here. Why are we not included in green countries?" I don't know, but Philippines just copied CDC's travel recommendations, and I believe it's political. But yeah, so anyways, that's the list. There's nothing we can do to change that list. But on the other topics, let's talk about the Philippines is changing their approach about lockdowns. So, but this change will only apply to NCR, the National Capital Region, in which Manila is located. This does not apply to the rest of countries. Why is the National Capital Region so special that they have their own different quarantine classification, alert system? Because their vaccination rates is very high. I'm really surprised. This is as of September 13. 6 million National Capital Region NCR residents are fully vaccinated. That's about 61.38% of the adult population in National Capital Region. It's very high. Well, first dose is 86.55%. And for this reason, the IATF has decided to give fully vaccinated individuals privileges. It has started. What are these privileges? So starting September 16, starting tomorrow, the National Capital Region will be under Alert Level 4. So no more large-scale lockdown in Manila. It will be granular. But for the privileges of the fully vaccinated po, if bakunado ka, you can indoor dine-in, 10%. Only if let's say the restaurant or the employees there are fully vaccinated na. While you can have your hair done, nail spa, beauty salon, barbershop if you're fully vaccinated indoor. Okay, kung hindi ka vaccinated at gusto mong magpagupit, gawin nyo na lang pong outdoor, 30%. Diba? Tayo na lang mag-adjust. Kasi 10% if you're fully vaccinated, 10% capacity. And what else? Indoor or religious gatherings, gusto mang magsimba, you need to be fully vaccinated para maging indoor. Kung hindi ka vaccinated, outdoor ka na lang magsimba. Okay? While this is good news for National Capital Region residents, you have been stuck in Manila for so long in your own region because of the restrictions. But starting tomorrow, you can travel outside your region to areas under GCQ and MGCQ po. You can go out of National Capital Region for tourism. Yes, pwede na ang tourism outside Manila. But just make sure, guys, that even if, like let's say, Baguio City is on GCQ, but they're still not accepting tourists. So just check. But in general, if it's GCQ or MGCQ, pwede na. Just make sure that, the destination you want to go to will allow you. But only those 18 to 65 years old can travel, guys, ha? Can go outside NCR for non-essential reasons, let's say tourism. So if you're over 65 or you're under 18, no, you have to stay in National Capital Region or in Manila. Unless that trip is essential. Now, for those worried po, let's say your village or your city is under granular lockdown in NCR. Are you allowed po? Yes, OFWs, international travelers, and those returning to their respective residences can travel po after you finish your quarantine na hotel. You need to go home. Yes, even if your area is under granular lockdown. And let's say you're traveling abroad, your area is under granular lockdown, pwede din po. That is essential. They will not hamper your movement. Di ka pipigilan. The presidential advisor is worried na we need to resume economic activity. As people's patience is running out through too many lockdowns, too long, too much, too often. People get tired. They lose their patience. And they start not following the rules. According to him, according to Concepcion, we really have to find a solution to coexist with COVID-19. If we're unable to find a solution, I don't think the government can continue funding the massive amounts on all of these medical expenses, from testing to tracing to vaccinations, the financial aid, and the list goes on through. While this is happening in the Philippines about quarantine and lockdowns, our neighboring countries are already opening up to foreign tourists. Bangkok to welcome fully vaccinated international tourists starting October 2021. The Royal Thai government plans to open Bangkok to fully vaccinated tourists together with 5 destinations. And all of these destinations will follow a sandbox scheme, meaning po mga bakunado lang ang pwedeng makapasok. And under the scheme, vaccinated international travelers are allowed to stay in one place for 7 days and take COVID test rather than undergoing 14 days quarantine. But as good as it sounds, travelers coming from the Philippines are not eligible for the sandbox scheme, the Phuket sandbox. Hindi tayo pwede, guys, kasi they see us as high risk. Philippines is high risk. Totoo naman talaga. So, we cannot avail that no quarantine kasi vaccinated. Kahit vaccinated, pag coming from the Philippines, hindi makaka-avail ng sandbox nila, guys. Kailangan pa din nating mag-quarantine. In Vietnam, they're planning to reopen Resort Island to foreign tourists to boost economy. Fully vaccinated tourists with a negative COVID test result will be eligible to visit, I don't know how to say it, I'm not even gonna try this place. I forgot to look it up, how to pronounce it. According to their tourism ministry, they have not reported any community infections and they have sufficient COVID-19 quarantine and treatment facilities. Well done for Vietnam and Thailand. While the Philippines, David Lubin shared that his friend arrived in the Philippines. His final destination was Jensan, flew directly to Jensan, and then was told he need to quarantine for 7 more days plus swab test again on 7th day. I'm not surprised. That's Jensan. Jensan, guys, is one of those areas in the Philippines that is just so strict. Talagang grabe Jensan over. Even if you finished your quarantine in Manila or in Cebu, in Clark, wherever, 10 days quarantine, you have negative COVID test result, you're fully vaccinated, Jensen doesn't care. You need to quarantine again in their area. And they're very strict about it. Unless your home is suitable for home quarantine, you need to quarantine in a facility. Or in a hotel if you're gonna pay. Grabe ang Jensen, guys. Grabe. Kung galing kayong Jensen, I think mas mabuti pang mag-land na lang kayo sa Davao, tapos mag-land travel na lang pabuntang Jensen. But this is the update for today, guys. There's no change. No change on the quarantine and testing rules or the entry rules. Just the alert, just the quarantine rules in Manila. But this is it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. For those who will be traveling soon, God bless. And before I forget pala, still, guys, the Cebu Protocol, if you're fully vaccinated, regardless of country of origin, you can avail shorter quarantine set by Governor Gwen. As far as I've heard from our travelers who landed in Cebu, who are Cebu residents, that is still not in effect. Hindi pa din napapatupad. Wa gihapon, gituman tong bago nga memo ni Governor Gwen. Mora gihapon, ang katong green list lang ang maka 7 days quarantine. Hindi pa rin siya tinutupad, guys. Hindi pa rin ginagamit yung Cebu Protocol ni Governor Gwen. Paasa, di ba? Sayang. But, I'll see you guys sa next update. I will let you know if nagbago na, but parang nawalan din akong pag-asa. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you again tomorrow. Ingat! Bye-bye!